Anyone else? Anyone else want to say something? Having driven back the Ice Frosty army, Serenoa and his companions now search for a way to ensure their survival. Landroy, on the other hand. Landroy is like the seasoned veterinarian mafia player. Not mafia. Well, I mean mafia as in the game, not that he is the mafia. Landroy is like cop or something. He's trying to help.
I shall see to the wounded.
But keeping his distance.
I will help as well. My hawk can assist with clearing the rubble.
My thanks to you both. Your aid is most welcome.
I am ready.
Go safely, Anna, and give my best to the others. We take a risk in entreating a powerful nation for aid. I need you to determine to what extent we can rely on them, if at all.
Leave it to me.
I've sent Anna to the holy state of Hyzant. Our alliance may not be what it once was, but we must seek help wherever it may be found.
In a perfect world, we would be able to count on the cooperation of our neighbors here.
Indeed, unity within Glenbrook is of the utmost priority, especially now that we've ensured Prince Roland's safety. And yet, we cannot count on houses Tellior and Falks to act in our best interests. We must prepare ourselves for every contingency.
You are right as always, Benedict. We've taken the first step down our chosen path, but there is no telling what awaits us.
Do you have a moment, Your Highness?
Oh, it's you. As silly as it may sound, I've never truly understood what it meant to be royalty. Does my life carry more weight simply because of the blood in my veins? So much so that the lives of others must be sacrificed in my name?
You need not worry about that, Roland.
Lord Wolford speaks true. The scales of conviction guided us, but this decision was ours. We have chosen to walk this path with you.
I was born the second prince. No one expected great things of me. And yet, simply because I had the good luck to survive, my very existence now necessitates all these sacrifices.
If I may be so bold, it was not luck, Your Highness. We protected you.
I know this, of course. That's what makes this so hard. You all fought and continue to fight for me. And I could scarcely take care of myself. I need to become stronger. I must. For my own sake, and for yours.
Not a word, my friend. Completed. Yes. Do I keep watching? It's almost 8 hours I've been streaming. We could...
House Wolford prevails against General Avlora's army and drives them out of Glenbrook. Though victorious, Roland sobs quietly, saddened by the sacrifices made in his name. Glenbrook is powerless, but knows they must keep the royal bloodline alive. Thus, the conspiracies and power struggles around the noble blood in Roland's veins continue to stain the land crimson.
Chapter 8, Part 1. Anyone else? Saintly Seven convene at the Hierophant's palace where their individual motives start to come to light. Who's red? Who is blue? What's going on?
So it appears the Duchy intends to capture Glenbrook. But Prince Roland slipped from their grasp and fled to Wolford.
The ink on the treaty is barely dried, and they're already declaring war.
And what's more, there's a price on Prince Roland's head. It has spurred the masses into movement.
They will bear their fangs at us in time. We cannot leave them to their own devices.
I see this as a wonderful opportunity. We can make it clear how we stand after the Salt Iron War.
Aye. And I much prefer to extinguish embers than a raging inferno.
It sounds like you intend to start a war.
Calm yourselves. There is no need to get so worked up over this. It is true that this grave matter may one day affect Hyzant. But it is in times like these that we must trust the Hierophant's words more than ever.
Okay, guess that's... Serenoia struggles with the news of his father's collapse, and an unexpected visitor arrives to speak with the new lord. Is it a new friend? Is it an old friend?
Father, please open your eyes. There is so much I wish to ask you.
Lord Serenoa.
I cannot let Father hear how weak I've become. I must be strong.
Lord Serenoa, Master Benedict, you have a visitor.
Who is it?
Lord Silvio Tellior. He wishes for an audience with Lord Serenoa.
All right,
What
Silvio.
business would the Lord of House Tellior have with me? Tell him we will be there shortly.
Yes, sir.
Every day is busier than the last.
We haven't had a moment to catch our breath.
You are doing a fine job as head of House Wolford, Lord Serenoa. Your father would be proud if he could see you now.
I could not do it without you, Benedict. Thank you.
Zoom. After hearing Silvio's proposal, Serenoa is faced with a difficult decision. I should have checked if there was more cutscenes, but I don't think there were. Alright, Silvio. Wait, Anna's already back?
In short, you wish for the three high houses to join hands and fight the duchy. Is that correct, Lord Silvio?
Indeed. I believe it our duty to fight. Some are frozen in fear, trembling at the mere thought of the duchy's power.
Silvio just coasting the entire game, coming out day 7 like, alright, I've got this entire thing solved. Be like, you dope.
I feel that joining the three high houses under a single flag is the only way to unite them. My men ready themselves for war as we speak. Come to Telior, and we can strike at Esros together. Prince Roland will be safe with us, of course.
It's as good a plan as any. You have my thanks for getting the preparations underway.
I wonder if Lord Landroy would agree.
I doubt House Falks would refuse a fight. Their devotion to the crown knows no bounds.
But of course, they reaped great rewards from the bountiful lands won during the war.
You propose reuniting the three high houses who led the Salt Iron War to its end. It is heartening to know you would once again lend us your strength.
We certainly could use all the help we can get. Though I wish we could resolve matters peacefully.
You speak as though your brother is not at fault for all this.
My bride-to-be bears no blame for the Duchy's actions.
My apologies. Forgive me for my outburst. But we haven't much time. I would have your answer now.
Shall we accept Lord Silvio's proposal, my lord?
Fetch the scales, Benedict. We shall decide our path together.
I was like, is it gonna be a yes or no answer? Or are we getting the scales? Lord Silvio made the journey to our domain to offer us an alliance. I would know what the others think on the matter. Reject Silvio's proposal. Accept Silvio's proposal and make for Telior. Undecided. Oh no. Benedict, you're the one that should know. You've been around the longest.
Lord Serenoa.
Our soldiers are exhausted after our last battle with Esfrost. I know we need all the help we can get, but even so, I cannot find it in me to trust House Telior. Alright, alright. Is he Red Town? Absolutely. But I still think he's Town. We should ally with Lord Silvio. Pray tell, Lord Serenoa, what do you think of Lord Silvio's offer? The greater our forces, the better. We may finally be able to catch our breaths if we have more soldiers on our side. I would be grateful for the support, considering those who would aid us now are few and far between. An alliance between the high houses would raise the soldiers' morale, all the more knowing Telior's prepared for battle.
Quite true.
I must admit, it lifts even my spirits to think about it. No doubt House Falks would feel the same. I see now that it's time for the high houses to stand together and drive back the duchy. Truth be told, though, I have my reservations about Lord Silvio, who devised the entire plan. If you don't mind my asking, what makes you so sure we should ally with him? Esfrost has placed a bounty on Roland's head. The more allies we have, the safer he would be. There's no telling what Esfrost would strike at us. Will strike at us again. We must take every measure we can and see that we are prepared. The repeated battles are taking their toll on the domain. I would ask for House Telior's support to ease the suffering of my people. I think this is a good middle, because I'm like, Prince, people, both. I agree that Esfrost is unlikely to give up so readily. We must have some sort of strategy so as not to be caught unawares. Lord Silvio may not be worthy of our trust, but we haven't the luxury of choosing our allies right now.
I have chosen.
I'm glad we had the chance to speak with Lord Serenoa. It has helped clear my thoughts on the matter.
What do you need?
I hear that the Telior domain is known for its wine, not warriors. It makes me wonder if it is truly necessary for us to join forces at a time like this. I would have no qualms if Lord Silvio were a man of upstanding character, but the rumors I hear only speak to the contrary. Can we really put our trust in Lord Silvio? The people don't seem to speak too highly of him. The more allies we can the more allies one can avail themselves to, the better. That being said, an untrustworthy ally avails no one. Would you not agree? It's locked. I don't have all the things I need. The paths before us now are regrettably few, but new allies will open up new options. We must first and foremost address our supply shortage. House Telior could help us there. Yeah, supplies.
Yes, I see.
I suppose every reward has its risks. Benedict is doing his best, but there's only so much we can accomplish alone. I do not know what House Telior's motivations are, but I do know they could supply us with provisions. I see. As long as you are well aware of the risks, I have no arguments. Are you heading out, my lord? Okay, yeah, I was like, they're trying to teach you, like, hey, you have to just hunt on your own. The Lord of House Telior came all this way to ask for an alliance, but just between you and me. They wouldn't be much help in a battle. House Telior is indeed not known for their prowess in the battlefield, but I do not know if we have the luxury of choosing our allies now. Rear guard's cloak. What? Increases damage taken when being hit from behind. I think Gila. Just to be sure she has something. We may not have our houses, but we still have our lives. For that, I must be grateful. You are literally in a house, although I admit I am as prone to any as despairing these days, not knowing when I'll be able to open shop again. You have a house. You are in a house right now. If you were outside and said that, you know, I could sympathize. I'm looking for shinies. I wish I could do more for the townsfolk who lost their homes, but as soldiers are hardly in any condition to help. We have our hands full aiding the injured, making sure everyone is fed. I dread to think what would happen if the fighting were to continue much longer. My people are suffering after a battle on our own soil. I doubt we would be able to face another attack from Esros alone. To say I'm disappointed in Lord Silvio would be an understatement. He safeguarded himself in Tolior as Gustafal. Wow. As Gustadolf. Wow. Invaded the crown city. Some say it was his duty as lord to stay and protect his people and domain, but what of his duty to the crown? I suppose we shouldn't be looking to Lord Silvio for any semblance of loyalty. My house is gone. If only I'd known sooner, I could have grabbed my precious mementos. I can rebuild a house, but those keepsakes are gone forever. I'm sorry, but know that it did help get rid of, like, 5 guys. My house is okay, but one of the others burned down. They look real sad, so I let them borrow my doll. It always helps me feel better when I'm sad too. That's sweet. Thanks to you, we managed to survive the battle, though the town wasn't so fortunate. It'll take some time before she's back to her former glory, but she'll get there so long as we work together. See? There you go. That's the idea. Kitty. My house burned down. My friend let me borrow her doll. That's nice. Oh dear, how could this happen in a time like this? Is something the matter? Whatever it is, I would be happy to help. Now, you see, my daughter and her husband got into a fight and decided to go their separate ways. But I fear for what will happen to their poor son. I don't know what I should do. I fear there is aught you can do. The issue is between the two of them and must be resolved as such. Children are the ones who suffer most when parents fight. I think your efforts are best spent helping them reconcile. There's naught to be gained by forcing themselves to stay together. Separating and starting new lives is for the best. I mean, I'm not saying they have to be back together, but like being on good terms so that the kid can have a semi-normal life? Yeah. I agree. I must do whatever I can to ensure the happiness of my grandson. Even if they get upset at me, I shan't falter. I will take care of that boy. My grandson won't want for nothing, mark my words. Thank you, Lord Serenoi. I feel so much better now that we've spoken. I apologize for burdening you with my family's troubles, especially at a time like this. You needn't apologize. No family is perfect. It's sad to see families quarrel. If only everyone could be more considerate of each other. I wish they could see that building something that lasts takes time, but can be destroyed in the blink of an eye. So true. So true. Some say it was Lord Silvio's duty to stay and protect his people and domain, but what of his duty to the crown? Sorry, I talked to you already. Lord Serenoi, you drove back the Esfrati forces with such splendor. I expected no less of House Wolfort. Have you heard of how the other houses are faring? To tell the truth, my family lives in the Tellior domain. They say that Lord Silvio is not a man of the military arts, and fear what should happen when Esfros were to invade. As Tellior is wealthy and well-connected, I doubt they would be so easily crushed by the duchy. For better or worse, Lord Silvio is unchanging. I could stand to learn something from his ever-composed example. If worse comes to worse, your family is always welcome to Wolfort, but Lord Silvio leads one of the 3 houses and would do whatever it took to protect his domain. Yeah. That sounds about right. Thank you. You're most gracious, Lord Serenoi. Hearing you say that puts my mind at ease. I only wish House Tellior were so reliable. Shall let my family know what you have told me and invite them here to Wolfort. Lord Serenoi, thank you for taking the time to listen to this merchant's woes. You're welcome. I think we got him. Yeah? Yeah. The high houses are sworn to protect the crown, yet Lord Silvio couldn't be bothered to leave Tellior when the capital was in danger.
Here's what I think.
Can't help but wonder what he's scheming, but if he wants to join forces, I see no reason to refuse him.
Yes, sir?
We must be prepared for any who would march against us, but our forces are lacking in both numbers and supplies. House Tellior's motives matter not. We could use even those against them should the need arise. I think we should accept his proposal. It's only to better our own situation. Yeah.
Serenoa.
Say I have no doubts about Lord Silvio would be a lie. Even so, we are in sore need of allies. The 3 high houses stand together. We may be able to turn the tides of war in our favor. Lord Silvio leads one of Glenbrook's high houses. As such, we cannot so simply rebuke his offer. And right now, we need all the help we can get. Alright, undecided. Everyone has their suspicions over Lord Silvio's offer, but I think we can guess his true intentions easily enough. Whatever House Tellior's aim might be, I am certain we can use it to our advantage. An alliance with House Tellior is certainly worth considering. Pray tell me what swayed you, my lord. I would welcome any help we could get in protecting Prince Roland. The Crown City has fallen, making the movements of the High Houses more important than ever. Joining forces is the first step in gaining new allies. No matter the course, we will need greater numbers to see it through. Joining hands with the fellow High House will expand the paths available to us. Crown City has fallen. So you hope to increase our numbers by allying with another High House, I see. But you speak true, even if Lord Silvio is a man of dubious character. There's still a chance we may recruit formidable allies to our cause. Nevertheless, it seems you, too, harbor suspicions over Lord Silvio's character.
And?
Do you really think it would be to our advantage to ally ourselves with such a dubious man? I would ally with him only to ensure our survival. I am certain both his house's might and their name would serve us well. I would do all I could to better our situation, even if just a little to that end, an alliance would be most welcome. I do not intend to put my blind trust in Lord Silvio. As we are now, though, it is an offer we cannot refuse. Only to ensure our survival.
Quite true.
I admit, I had not expected to hear such bold words from you, my lord. But it is precisely as you say, war requires one to be resolute in their decisions and do whatever necessary to survive. As house steward, I am proud to see you possessed of such a strong will. Yay. Like a verbal head pat, I will take it. Do you truly think allying ourselves with House Telior would stop the spread of the war? Makes me wonder if it would only be pouring oil on the fire. What do you think of Lord Silvio's proposal, Serenoa? Our forces need all the help they can get, and I believe House Telior could provide us some much-needed relief on the battlefield. It would be a boon to soldiers and civilians alike if House Telior would grant us food and provisions. An alliance between the high houses would lift the people's spirits, something sorely needed in times like these.
Surely.
All of the above. Just put oil and fire on everyone, it's fine. I mean, everything, not people. I've heard tell of the high house's loyalty to the crown. An alliance may very well give the people of Glenbrook something to hope for in these dark times. Perhaps my worries were unfounded. Is there something about House Telior that concerns you, Frederica? There is indeed. I cannot help but wonder what Lord Silvio's true intentions are, and if Esros has some part to play in all this. There's a chance the Duchy has already recruited House Telior to their cause. If you refuse Lord Silvio's offer, there's a chance Esros will bring him to heel instead. Esros will likely strike at us again before we know it. They are not the type to wallow in defeat. Yeah, if we don't get Silvio, then Esros will, so... Truly? Would not be unthinkable for Esros to use their might to force them into submission, or win them over with the promise of a due reward.
I see.
Indeed, in that case it would certainly serve us better to ally ourselves with House Telior first. Alright. Put them coins in those scales. Let's go.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we accept House Telior's proposal, or go our own way? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
Oh, I wonder if, like, the Roselle would be the ones we go to if we don't go here. Interesting. But I'm like, they're so small. I really doubt that's it.
Convincing argument, my lord.
I cast my token in with yours, my lord.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I agree with you, Serenoa.
I have no qualms with that.
The path you've chosen is the most logical in my mind, Lord Serenoa.
I have chosen.
Excuse me. I believe you have the right of it, Lord Serenoa.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen. The way forward is decided.
Yeah?
We join forces with House Telior and defy the Duchy's wrath.
Duchy.
Huzzah! The tidings of our alliance will no doubt bring relief to the aching hearts of our people. Now then, Prince Roland, you and all of House Warfort simply must come to Telior.
We shall. Thank you.
This is a trap.
You needn't worry about a thing. Leave everything in my capable hands. I must make haste to Telior. I shall throw a grand banquet to commemorate the occasion.
This is hardly the time for celebrations.
Is something on your mind, Benedict?
We voted bad.
No, my lord.
We did it bad. This was a bad idea. The weather vane completed. Oh, man. What's gonna happen next? This game. Letting the red town lead. I know! It feels bad, man. This is a bad vote.